Hello, and I hope everybody's doing well. This is a quick follow-up to the video I did yesterday regarding my PC build for the SDR radio and ham applications. While I was running the Cinebench testing and watching the CPU temperatures, it suddenly dawned on me that I really screwed up. And in that configuration with the radiator mounted to the front of the case, I actually had those fans pushing air across the radiator. So it was grabbing hot air inside the case and actually pushing it across the radiator and out the side of the case. I have quickly reversed those fans on the radiator. It's still front mounted, but now it is drawing air from the outside, which is the way it should have been set up. It's just so it's drawing the cooler air from outside the case across the radiator, and then the two external 120 millimeter fans on the back and the top of the case are able to extract that hot air out the back and out the top of the case. So doing this, I dropped anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, really, that's a pretty good amount. It also seems like it's taking much longer for this to actually start to heat up. So room temperature, I was trying to do this when I got room temperature the same as yesterday. Yesterday, the room temperature was 75.6 degrees. I'm off almost a whole degree. It's 74.1 in here now. So let's just call it a degree and a half or whatever, however you guys want to look at it. It's about a degree and a half difference. I'm a degree and a half cooler today than I was yesterday. I'm not going to get into the whole video again. I'm going to run Cinebench, let that run so you guys can see it, and then you can look at the video I did yesterday and see the difference. So yes, fan direction will make a huge difference whether this is the radiator, the AIO radiator is top mounted or front mounted. So with that, let's just get over and launch Cinebench. Again, I will leave the monitor up here just so anybody's got any questions about that. So I'm using the CAM software for the AIO, the NZXT. I'm using the Kraken X53 again. Okay, same setup as it was. We'll leave this display here. Pull up Cinebench. And we're going to start this and let it run. So again, this takes roughly 10 minutes to run. So we'll just let this guy run. I do note that there is a big jump from idle when you first start this. But it seems like after it kind of levels out here around 60, 61 degrees, maybe 62. I just ran this a few minutes ago, so radiator's still, it's above room temperature anyways, I would imagine. Yesterday when I ran this with the fans in the push direction with the radiator mounted to the front of the case, again, taking the hot air inside the case, pushing that over the top of the radiator and trying to force it out the case, we saw 70 or 71 degrees, maybe 72 degrees on a peak Celsius over the whole entire run. Again, yesterday's room temperature was 75.6. Today we're at 74.1. Actually, it's 74.2 now, so we've come up a tenth of the degree. So we're off. Again, I'm going to ask, a degree and a half cooler Fahrenheit than I was yesterday. But you'll see that even that CPU temperature doesn't get anywhere close to the 70 degrees that we saw yesterday, which is still great. Um, you know, that's still a that's still a really good number. But we'll let this run. I'm going to shut up and just kind of let this run. So, and this will be all that I pretty much do in this video. Again, it's just a quick follow up. Call it a part 2 if you want to, regarding the PC build. Again, all I did was flip the fan directions so that they're now pulling air across the radiator, drawing cooler air from outside across the radiator. And then obviously that air is dispensed, that hotter air is dispensed through the 2 external fans on the case. Where yesterday's setup, and I didn't even think about this, like I said, until after I ran that and was kind of watching it. And I got to thinking, you dumbass, you put them fans on there backwards. Because originally I was going to try to mount the thing at the top of the case, but then realized that I really didn't have a bracket to do that and ended up front mounting it. So pay attention to that if you use a water cooler. It's going to matter which way those fans go, depending on where you're going to locate that radiator. Yeah. So. Actually, I'd have to go back and look what the graphic processor temperature was yesterday when I ran Cinebench, but I would almost have to think that it's going to be cooler with this setup as well, because now I'm not actually trying to push hot air around in the case, but those fans should be not only drawing that cooler air across the radiator, but may also, out around that radiator, create a little bit of cooler air coming into the case that should help with the GPU temperature as well. Probably not great, maybe a couple degrees, but hey, any drop in temperature on a computer component is a plus. So we've been holding pretty steady at about 63 degrees Celsius. Which yesterday, if I remember right, I think we kind of peaked around somewhere between 70 and 72. I think we hit 71 or 72 a couple times. Also, when I got the NZXT 510 case, when I got this case, the high flow version of this case wasn't out at that time. There's a high flow version of this case now that actually the front panel isn't flat like mine is. This one has an air intake on, if you're looking at the front of the case, it has an air intake that would be on the right hand side, and it's a thin vertical kind of cutout that allows air to come in. And then there's a cutout at the bottom of the case down by the feet that allows cooler air to be drawn in from there. The high flow case has a perforated front, which it may end up swapping this case out. I'm going to think about that. I kind of like the smooth front finish of this case, which was kind of pleasing to look at. But I'd imagine having that perforated front right in front of the radiator where that air could just be pulled directly into the front instead of kind of off to the side. And that opening would be it'd be a lot more surface area of airflow coming through that. I'd imagine we could probably drop another, we'd take a stab, 5 to 8 degrees Celsius from where we're at now, maybe more. I would say 5 at a very minimum. Got about 3 minutes to go. It's holding rock steady at 63. It's been there for a while. The initial jump from idle to a full load temp in the setup the way it is configured now seemed to happen a little bit quicker. But once it reaches a stable temperature, it really seems like it takes it a lot longer to keep climbing. I did notice that when I ran this before, and we'll see it again, once the load is removed from the CPU, once Cinebench stops running, it still has a really rapid decline in CPU temperature. I said the only thing I did here was reverse the fans so that I'm actually pulling air across the radiator now instead of trying to push hot air from inside the case across the radiator and expelling it, which would have been great for a top-mounted AIO. That's kind of how you'd really want to set that up, so you could push the hot air out of the case. But with the front setup of the AIO, which is the only way I could mount it in this case, you really need to pull air into it across the radiator and then let your other fans exhaust that hot air. So that was a screw up on my behalf. Kind of in a hurry to put this AIO in the other day, and originally had planned, like I said, on top mounting it, which I wasn't able to do in this case because of the way the bracket is. Actually, lack of a bracket. Still holding rock steady at 63. GPU's come up a little bit, but not much. A couple degrees. All right, when this finishes drawing this this out, pay attention to the drop in CPU. Okay, we should be there. And room temperature is now 74.4 degrees. So I'm almost exactly a degree cooler than I was yesterday. But there's definitely a difference in the way the CPU temperature is reacting with the radiator fans turned in the right direction. All right, have a good day. N8 SDR 73.